Okay, I made the stream public on the first try this time, so that's a nice change of pace. Okie doke, so I'm doing sequences and series today. This is like sort of a review because this is technically material that you go over in Algebra 2. However, it has been a while, and I was very tired the day it was taught, so I don't have the best grasp on this at the moment. So I'm definitely going to be worse at explaining it today. As a matter of fact, I'm probably just going to have to cheat on a fair bit of it. Hopefully my calculus teacher never finds my streams. In any case, so a sequence, let's say you have it's usually A subscript N. It's meant to be a subscript. I know it's not a subscript. And the A stands for an expression, some numbers. The first example that the book gives is 4 minus 3. But then the N comes in somewhere. It's like 4n minus 3. So the N is like a constant. And when you're looking at a series, you sub in each real number in order for n, one at a time. So like in this one, it's 4n minus 3. So the first number in this sequence would be if you plug in 1 for n. So it would be 4 minus 3, so it would be 1. And then you would plug in 2 to get the next number in the sequence. That would be 2 take away 3, so that would be negative 1. And then it would be 3 times, multiplication. 8 minus 3, so it would be 5. And then you plug in 3 and it would be 12 minus 3, so it would be 9. And so that's the series. So it goes 1, 5, 8, what the fuck did I just say? 9, not 8, 13, you get it. And that's the first thing we're doing for my homework. So we have the sequence a to the n, a subscript n equals negative 3 to the power of n. And we have to write down the first 5 terms of the sequence. So if we have n equals 1, then that's negative 3. And then you have 2, and that's 9. And this is what we're doing here. (81) negative 243. Okay, on to the next problem. (1, 0, negative 1, 0. I'm guessing it's going to be 1 here. (1, 0, negative 1, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, blah de blah. Okay. Can take the time to give y'all a visual for this next problem. Just gotta type in a few coordinate points. It's not exact. No, I don't want to do that. Kind of get the idea, right? And let's see here, 10 over x plus 1. It's not that. 10x over x plus 1. Yeah, it's that one. So the answer is C. Sorry, just a moment. The next two apparent terms of the sequences. Oh, this is the actually fun part. It's like a little puzzle. So we have 11, 8, 5, 2. So let's see here. What's 11 minus 3? And what's 8 minus 3? And what's 5 minus 3? So that's our pattern here. The pattern is, well, it wouldn't exactly be n minus 3 because we're starting at 1. So perhaps it would be 14n minus 3. Or, no, couldn't be. That's definitely not it. That's not it at all. In any case, all we have to do is write the apparent next two terms. So look, 11 minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. Up, there's 1. Minus 3. There's the next. And then 17. 5, 10, 20, 40. So 5 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 80 and then 160. The limit of the sequence. The hell? Did we go over that? I mean, obviously we went over that, and I just don't remember. Are you still there, Equinox? I need you to be saying things so I don't die of boredom. Let's see here. Well, this is the issue. I don't know if it's the limit as x approaches infinity or if it's the limit. To determine convergence, divergence. Limit as n approaches infinity, a of n equals L. If L is finite, converges to L. If L is infinite or does not exist. Okay. So we need to take the limit as n approaches infinity of n plus 1 over n, which equals infinity plus 1 over infinity. infinity over infinity. Therefore, that one French dude's rule applies in the form infinity over infinity. So we're taking the limit as n approaches infinity of the derivative of the top over the derivative of the bottom, which would be 1 over 1, which would be 1. So it converges to 1. One time I was walking around in a parking garage and I almost got hit by a car because I wasn't looking both ways. Only time I've almost been hit by a car was Halloween, on account of running into the road. Alright, we're taking a bunch more limits. So now we have 2x over root x squared plus 1. It's 2. It converges to 2. But I need to actually find the answer instead of just know the answer, because that's how calculus works once you get to a certain point. Okay, root infinity is still infinity. Good on that. Another time I climbed into the trunk of a moving car to grab some lunch and then climbed back into my seat. Was this just on a road trip? Oh, dude, I just remembered something. My physics teacher, who is in fact my favorite teacher, along with my Spanish and art teacher, those are the big three. She has a calculator. It's the TI Inspire. And this motherfucking thing, it does indefinite integrals and derivatives. It just gives you a function. Calculators aren't supposed to be able to fucking do that. Like, computers do that. Like, the best calculators that we are allowed to use in the calculus class, they give you the value of the derivative of a function at a point. They don't give you any hint as to what the derivative actually is. If you want to find the derivative using a calculator, like the best I can do, calculators are computers though. Okay, like, you know what I mean. Okay, we're using the word computer colloquially. We're not using the literal definition of computer wherein calculators would be included. That's your issue. You always correct me when you know that I'm just being colloquial. You need to be more chill with colloquialisms. Anywho's, I think I mostly made my point. There's no use in continuing to ramble on about that. But seriously, what a crazy fucking calculator. Like, imagine if I could use that for the AP exam. what the hell? Wait, that's not what I meant. AP Calc exam. Yeah, I took that last year. I took 4 AP exams. I did not score anything below a 3, and I got 1 5 and 1 4. So you can infer what my other two scores were. Okay, I don't feel like explaining what I'm doing right here. Just rest assured that I'm very smart. Okay, maybe not the most smart. Yeah, I think that's the one. So we just still ended up with x on the top. Yeah, this clearly isn't going to work out. I need to double check if I got the derivative right. I'm over on Symbolabs on the other tab. I had the right idea. Oh my god, the quotient rule. Why do I always forget that the quotient rule exists? That's what I got wrong. I didn't quotient my rule. Alright, maybe we will get somewhere if we keep going with this. Testing regularity on your APUSH exam. If you did, I don't remember. Feel free to tell it again. This is also infinity. So now I need to take that function and derive it. It's just never going to work. But I can plainly see that this function converges. Although, it's seemingly diverging to, a separate value on each side. Does that mean anything? Does that mean we have a D and E instead? Damn it, no, it's 2. It is 2. Alright, we have to keep deriving. I'm not getting any closer to having a 2. Yeah, no, it just keeps going. That's completely cyclical. The limit evaluation is not helping. Please diverge. Proctors told us our 10-minute break was happening during the FRQ section. They made us leave the room despite someone telling them the test was still active. Everyone lost 10 minutes. So did you have to redo it? Why can't any of them just diverge? You chose not to. Well, what'd you get? Did you get a good score, at least? I mean, 10 minutes on the FRQ section, that's not like the end of the world. For being real. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day. Yeah, this is the part that I was saying that I really don't have a grasp on yet. Oh, this one should be easy, actually. Cosine 2 over n. So we're taking the limit as x approaches infinity. N approaches infinity of cosine 2 over n, which equals cosine 2 over infinity, and a whole number divided by infinity is just 0. And the cosine of 0 is 1. So there's an easy one. Okay, now we have sine 3n over n. This is going to be a fucking nightmare, probably. You got a 4. That's nice. My 4 was on AP Lang. Got 5 on AP Lang. Yeah, well, I got a 5 on AP Spanish, so apparently I'm better at Spanish. I ain't even gonna check if I got that one right. We're done with it. Okay, now we have 35 through 47, every other odd. Dude, it's just divert. It's just where I'm just doing the same thing. Upcoming tester quiz? Nah, nah. Just gotta get my homework done. I have this, and I have some AP Spanish Lit, which I will be doing off stream. I don't feel like I'm not up for that on stream. Let's see here. So we actually already know. We can easily predict the end behavior of this one because the degrees of each one are the same. They both begin with the term x squared, meaning that you just have to divide the coefficients. The coefficients would be the number by which each of the terms are multiplied. So the leading coefficient is the number by which the first term is multiplied. And both of the first terms are the same, so you can just divide their leading coefficients. So 10 divided by 2. It's 5. As I have an urge to start suddenly dance. Do you ever follow through? So yeah, this one converges to 5. And that was easy. N plus 1 factorial over n factorial. That's just n plus 1. Which means which means that one diverges. Oh hey, this thing does factorials. Yeah, look at that. See? Just like I said. X plus 1 factorial divided by x factorial is the equivalent of x plus 1. Which diverges because it infinitely goes up. See this one? If you continued following this graph, it would get closer and closer to 5, but it would just never make it. This one, if you continued following this graph, it would just continue linearly increasing. So that was easy. Oh, another easy one. 2 to the power of 1 over x. Yeah, converges to 1. And I already knew that before I typed it into the graph here. I'll tell you how I knew. I was about to say y'all, but I currently have one viewer, and it's you, Equinox. So listen, we take the limit as n approaches infinity of 2 to the power of 1 over n. So if you plug infinity into this x, you would have 1 over infinity, and that equals 0. And anything, any number you want, to the power of 0, it's just 1. Something to do it at the grocery store so security cameras don't trigger the urge canceller of people being able to see you. So we have 2 to the power of 0, so we have 1, it converges to 1. Okay, so that section of my homework was actually easy and I understood things. And I only have 3 problems to go. They make you want to do stuff like that more. Just for the possibility that somebody might see it. Alrighty. Write an expression. Fuck! Alright. So I have to find out what expression would yield these values when you plug in 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I already know that it's going to be, I don't know why I put, is it 1? Okay, yeah. It's bothering me. So I already know that it's going to be something to a negative power. It's like 1 to the negative n. It's not exactly 1 to the negative n, as you can see, because 1 to the power of anything is, you know. So it has to be something to the power of, these are all squares, of course. That's 2 squared, that's 3 squared, that's 4 squared. But it's negative, so it should be -1. Again, I don't think it's, again, this isn't it. Because that happens. So we have to find out what the value is. So what could I square? Could I negative square to get -1/4? Well, that's just 1 over 2 squared. So it's 2 to the -2. Wait, what? Why is it positive? If the answer is like right here, I know it is. Oh, come on! Okay, not quite. It's not quite. No. Well, how do I make it 1/9? Maybe, oh, is it n squared? Well, now I need to make every other answer negative. Could it be -n squared? Now, how is that possible? Oh, right, negative, sir. Yeah. Well, that makes them all negative. I need every other answer to be negative. And that's the equivalent of just... I don't know how to make every other answer be negative. I have completed half of this now. Just make them negative. Well, I need every other answer to be negative, though. I don't know, bro. Maybe I gotta do some goddamn trigonometry. That would piss me off. Wait, every time? Okay. Okay, wait. Wait. -1 power. Oh, come on. That doesn't work at all. Do you remember that song? Yeah, I do. I do. We stole that from, I don't know where exactly on the internet. Somewhere. Hi, Marcy. I don't know what the fuck that was. Look at that. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. So it's been in the family longer than I have. It's a very old mouse pad. We're on 53. Jesus. I was actually completely on the right track with the whole to the power of n-1 thing. Yeah. Okay, and now we have. Dude, kill yourself. Like, what the fuck? 2/3, 3/4, 5/6. Anything eventful today? Well, it was the final day of the Model UN conference that I told y'all about. We did a fun mun, as they call it. Got to do some fun activities. So we did karaoke as one of our activities, I volunteered to do karaoke, and I sung a Spanish song in front of everybody called La Chona. Please look it up and listen to it. I implore you. I love that song a lot. Well, that one was fucking easy. N minus 1 over n. I will not be singing it for you. I've sung it already once, and that is enough for one day. We're doing calculus homework right now, and I'm actually about to finish. And it's a multiple choice. Which of the following sequences does not converge to 0? I'm afraid you did join too late, but it's not really that big a deal. There'll be other times. Also, it's, it's a little YouTube stream. Okay, so it's the third one. Yeah, the third one doesn't converge to 0. And I can tell, actually, because it converges to 7. And I can immediately tell that just by looking at this function that it is going to converge to 7, because it is 7x squared plus 2 divided by x squared plus x. So you just take the leading coefficients because it's the same degree and you divide them. And as you all know, anything multiplied by 1 is just itself. So x squared, it's the same as 1x squared. So we're dividing 7 by 1, which is 7. So this one converges to 7. So that was also incredibly easy. Look at us, you guys. That wraps up my calculus homework. I finished it. No more of my hands this stream. Tell y'all what, I'll stay for a teensy while longer. Because I finished my homework faster than I expected. I'll play a round of my favorite Roblox game. Or 2, because I late joined. Oh, geez, I didn't realize I was going to delete all your messages. Forgot about that. You've only been timed out for 10 seconds, though. It's no big deal. Alright. They were AFK and I still failed to fucking kill them. Not even a warning. Him doing it the first time should have been a fair warning. I let him go the first time, quite mercifully. Ooh, nice. No scope, but I actually like using the scope personally, so I'm gonna use it on that guy when I kill him. Which I totally knew I was gonna do. What a shame those messages are lost in the annals of history now. Dang. I wonder if me timing you out takes away points. Maybe I should time Marcy out for 10 seconds to test it. Shouldn't have said his true surname. Wait, what? What happened? Wait, no, okay, that's not, no, surname is last name. My last name is Man. The issue is that you're misrepresenting what my first name is. Oh, come the fuck on. God, that pissed me off. Well, at least I got an assist. Looks like I'm just going to be getting assists all around. This is just pissing me off. I'm not even having fun anymore. Ah, there we go. Finally did something. Nice. Nice. Switch servers? No. It's begun to be fruitful, actually. 3 kills in a row. It's like better than my average. I usually just get a kill per death, like no matter what round. And you know, I'm still working on it. Not why the hell did I that happens on this map? Where was I? And I'm still working, you know, on what I always talk about trying not to let video games make me angry too much. Because I know that's, like, you know, an incredibly common thing. Every gamer gets angry at their game, but, you know, I think it's important to be good at keeping in perspective that these things don't matter. Not really. Like, you know, just a game at the end of the day, etc. Oh, nice, we killed each other. Whoa! Do not drink a 4th cup of Espresso Marcy. Do almost anything except for that. Alright, of course you are. Bruh, I'm never gonna get revenge on Wynori. Oh wow, yeah, I'm actually not, because somebody's at the final level. I don't give a fuck, Equinox. Like, what do you want from me with that message? What are you expecting? Anyways, you guys want me to play another round, or should I end it right here? We'll put it to a vote. Who votes that the stream end right now, that I just cut it off? Yes, end it. Ah! Oh, I thought that would lose me a level. That's good at least. For some reason, for some reason, I'm like uniquely bad with that weapon, the one where you can shoot a bunch of explosives over and over, and it's like you'd think that's like the easiest possible weapon to get kills with, because you have like 6 explosives at a time that'll all explode, have a decent area of effect, and do over 100 damage. So I have no idea why I'm so terrible with that weapon, but I certainly am. I'm going crazy right now, though. Alright, guys, come on. People misspeak. Po Buddy's nerfect. Oh, look at that. Why Nori switched teams. Because they were scared of me, surely, was the reason. Where's everyone? Nah. An esports team? Why would I do that? I have no idea what that entails, like, at all. What would I even do with that? Nice. New nemesis. Bro. Ah, nice. I think I'm gonna what? Tonight, what is that? You're gonna watch it? Are you what have you been watching the miniseries? I have enjoyed it personally. I haven't gotten all the way through the second episode yet. So I don't think we've even seen Pennywise in his clown form by that point. So I can't wait. They have me in such suspense. Haven't watched the miniseries? Oh, well, you should. It's new. It's a new miniseries. It's called It, Welcome to Derry. Why can I not get a kill with this? It's the same thing every single time I get this weapon, the Spencer Carbine. My least favorite weapon. It is among my least favorite weapons. I have a lot that I complain about. Alright, I think that'll do it, you guys. An age check to chat. Just to chat? I knew we needed one for voice chat, which is fair enough. Just to type and am I not going to be able to rage bait kids anymore? It's like my favorite hobby is like when I find a little 9-year-old playing Arsenal and I know that his mind is less developed and more susceptible to being rage baited because he's like just a little stupid little dumbass. That's like an essential human joy, you know? It's just making it's just making a random kid really mad for absolutely no reason and just ruining his day. It's like I thought, you know, you need to do that like as a person. Like okay, once I was on Arsenal. I was playing Arsenal. This kid, we're on the same team, and he's like, "Wow, the rest of y'all might as well just leave. You're just feeding the other team kills." But he's in first place anyway, so I was just like, "Well, who's to say that the other team's not feeding you kills?" And then he was in chat. He was like, "Yeah, they are," and I was like, "All right, so why do we have to leave? It seems like it's going both ways." Um, and the argument kept going. I was just like, and eventually he was just like, everyone should leave. God, you all suck. And I was just like, but if everyone leaves, then we can't play the game. You know, that's like the object of the game. There has to be a lot of people there. Um, and I forget exactly specifically like what he responded with. I remember also like at some point I said the phrase seems arbitrary to something he said that, in my opinion, at the time seemed arbitrary. And then he types in chat, "Oh, look at me! I use big words. I'm so smart." Now, to me, arbitrary is a very normal word, very typical word. But again, this is like presumably a 9 to 12-year-old in chat right now. Um, so then I put in chat, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to patronize you." um, and he just like tells me to shut up or to fuck off or whatever, what have you. Um, and then he loses the next round by like 1 kill. Like he had the golden knife, but whomever it was got the knife kill before he did. Um, so I was just like, ah, man. Well, that was a close one. You almost got it. Addressing him specifically, and he was just like, and he and he says in chat, "Don't speak to me." and then um, and then he just keeps shit talking me. He's like, "You suck at the game anyway." And he was like, and though I just said back, "Well, hey, I respect that you think that. Like, I respect your opinion." Um, and he was like, "Well, your opinion doesn't matter." And I was like, "Well, that's what you think, and that's okay." And he was like, "No, it actually doesn't matter." I could just tell he was fucking fuming. And at the end of that round, he won, actually. He won the next round, and I was like, "Hey, GG, good job, congrats on the win." And then he leaves the lobby. Um, I'm telling you guys, rage baiting a child until they quit the game that they were playing and just like totally ruining their day and their fun time. It's you got to do it at least once, you know. Just don't knock it till you try it. It's really fun. I think that's as good a note as any to end on. Um, Goodbye, guys.